Antisemitic policies. Before the outbreak of World War II, the Nazi Party under Adolf Hitler implemented a series of anti-Semitic policies and restrictions on Germany that targeted the Jewish population and laid the groundwork for systematic persecution and genocide of the Jews during the Holocaust. These regimes and measures were part of the Nazi regime's racist ideology and propaganda that demonized Jewish people as enemies of the German nation. Nuremberg Laws, 1935. The Nuremberg Laws, enacted in 1935 during the annual Nazi Party rally in Nuremberg, introduced legal discrimination against the Jews in Germany. These laws defined who was considered Jewish based on ancestry and imposed restrictions on marriage and sexual relations between Jews and non-Jews. Exclusion for civil service and professions. Jewish people were systematically excluded from civil service positions, professions and public institutions. They were banned from holding government positions, practicing law or medicine, teaching in schools and participating in various professions. Boycott of Jewish businesses, 1933. The Nazi Party organised a nationwide boycott of Jewish-owned businesses in 1933, encouraging Germans to avoid shopping at Jewish stores and to support Aryan businesses. This marked the beginning of the economic discrimination against Jewish people in Germany. Full segregation and ghettos. The Jewish people were subjected to full segregation and were required to live in designated areas, often isolated from the rest of the population. Ghettos were established in cities across Germany and occupied territories to confine the Jewish population in overcrowded and impoverished conditions. Anti-Semitic propaganda. The Nazi regime used propaganda to spread anti-Semitic stereotypes, incite hatred against anyone Jewish, and dehumanize them in the eyes of the German population. Newspapers, films, posters, and speeches promoted anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and rhetoric. Sterilization and forced labor. Jewish individuals, along with other groups deemed undesirable by the Nazis, were subjected to forced sterilization to prevent their population from growing, and forced labour. They were stripped of their rights and dignity, subjected to brutal working conditions, and used as slave labour in concentration camps and factories. Immigration restrictions. The Nazi regime imposed restrictions on Jewish emigration, making it difficult for any Jews to leave Germany and escape persecution. The introduction of quotas and bureaucratic hurdles hindered attempts by Jewish people to seek refuge in other countries. These anti-Semitic policies and restrictions created a climate of fear, discrimination and violence against the Jews in Germany, and paved the way for the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews during the Holocaust. The Nazi regime's anti-Semitic measures were a central component of its racist ideology and totalitarian control over German society.